Okay. And I believe I can fly. No, we are on. I believe I can fly. We are here, you guys. This is the Wine Harmony Spotlight and Recap here on JLJ Media. I am the JLJ of JLJ Media, and she is the TG of JLJ Media. Tami Goveia. That's my first time I did that. It's Tami Goveia. Hi, Tami.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yes. And we think we think Amanda's coming on at some point. She went to answer the door, so that was like a half hour ago. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully she'll come on with us. Well, thank you for having us on here. Little church announcements today while we get stuff. Everybody's coming in. Yeah, guys, come on in. Everybody, come on in.
Look at them. Yes. Hey, everyone.
Sorry, we're a little late. We're waiting for her. She's at the door still, I guess. So anyway, here's the deal. It is Soap Sunday. We are back. There is no audition days again. They come back next weekend. The Olympics are still on, so they come back next weekend. But still, go check out their channel audition days and see what's happening over there. They have an event coming up March 6th at the Burbank Marriott Hotel. The first day is a meet and greet. The next day is Audition Days live. They're going to do the show live on the 6th of March. So you want to check that out.
It's going to be on a Sunday?
Yep, it's Sunday.
Okay.
So Spectrum Celebrity Events. Go over there and check that out. See, there's still tickets available. And for me, on March 12th, if you are a fan of Sean Caden, go ahead and go over to Barnes & Noble at the Grove at 2 p.m. I will be moderating, interviewing, and corralling him and all the celebrities that will probably be there showing up for his meet and greet for his book. So if you're a Sean Caden fan, or you're a James Lott Jr. fan, you can meet me too. Go there and check us out. So that's March 2nd. No, sorry, March 12th at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. And Manor is coming in. And also, we have a very special guest coming on, Bold and the Beautiful. So you're not going to want to miss it, you guys.
James won't even tell Amanda and I who's joining us.
I'm not telling anybody who it is.
I called him an $A $sign.
She is. Yes.
For not telling us.
Yes, so. I'm not telling you. Amanda, we have a very special guest coming on Bold and Beautiful. I'm not telling you guys who it is.
Today?
You won't tell us. Hi, pretty girl. Look how pretty you look.
There's Amanda Russ, you guys. The AR.
Look at you. Your hair. Look at you, girl. Okay, I got to go look prettier. This is not good.
And so you want miss Bold and Beautiful. You don't want to miss it. There's a very special guest coming up. And then after that, it is the GH report. Me and Frank have lots to talk about, like, how did Peter and Maxie get to Switzerland? The car. So that's gonna be at 1 o'clock. So that's all happening. And on a side note, tomorrow is the season finale of Cupid's Crossing, season 2. It gets crazier and crazier. So you want to check that on your audio podcast. Number 1, congratulations to Melly Thomas Scott. It's her 43rd year on TheYoung and the Restless.
Crazy.
I have an interview with her and Sharon Case on this network. You can check that out. Melody she's the body. She's a broad in the best sense off camera. We had so many laughs and so many times, but she was so gracious on camera and gave good interview. I mean, they gave good. So you can check that out. But congratulations to Melly Thomas, got 43 years on the show. Crazy. Nicole Newman, folks. Nicole Newman. And in the promos, you guys, they mentioned chemo. They finally mentioned chemo in the promos. Curious about that. Jack's other son, who's never mentioned.
I was gonna say, I meant to Google it. Because I don't like chemo. What?
For years, people were saying he has another son. Chemo is half Asian. So his mother,
mom
Leanne,
died, right?
Yes. Well, Leanne was they were in the Vietnam War. Jack was in the Vietnam War.
Oh my gosh.
Father and child. And they both came to the show back in the 90s. And then she died and he just went off somewhere. And so for years, we've been saying he has another son. There's another Abbott out there, and he's half Asian. So I saw the previews. They mentioned chemo because Jack got that text. You need to go to Los Angeles. You need to go to Los Angeles.
Something you've been missing.
Mm-hmm.
Why be so like? I don't get it.
It's a soap opera. That's why, Tami.
I don't get
it. So okay, I like this week a lot. This week was a really great week, and I've actually changed my mind on certain things because of this week. But we got to talk about the first elephant. We have to first talk about the first elephant in the room. So Dominic, he needs a bone marrow. He doesn't have leukemia. We're fine. but he's bone marrow transplant. I'm a former nurse, so I know this. So they decided they choose that if you're a parent, you can't really be a match. It's a half match. That's actually very true. Usually a full sibling. That's why some people actually have kids, so they can actually be the bone marrow transplant. They've done that before. People actually have kids, so they can do that. Well, Abby is a half match. But they didn't talk about this yet because I think they're still in the whole thing of that they can save the baby possibly. But Devon's a full match. So is he not the father?
I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm so confused because they said a sibling is usually the only one who would be 100% match.
Yes.
Right.
So how would that be possible?
So they're
Exactly.
saying Devon is a sibling because he's
Dominic.
No,
everybody. I saw this online before I watched. I saw it online. I was like, so Devon, so is Tucker the father? Did Stitch do something? Like, I'm like, so I don't know. I know what's going on. So when they did it, he said he goes from 100% match. And I remember it ended that Thursday. It ended that Wednesday, I think. He's like, we're a match. And then Thursday came, we didn't see him like, what's happening? Like, it was a cliffhanger. He's talking to Amanda. Then on Friday, Abby goes, yeah, he's a full match. It's a chance because that's great. So I was like,
and I was confused. I was like, wait, what?
This show has done sperm switches before, Mr. Ordway's character, Abby. We know that does happen. But this is the date that, yeah, everybody's, me too. When they did it, he said, he kept saying, I'm 100% match. Go, no, but that's only a sibling. So who's the daddy?
Who's his dad?
Neil.
His dad is Tucker, Catherine's son.
Devon's
dad. Devon's biological father is a white man named Tucker, who was Catherine Chancellor's son. Played by Stephen Nichols. Who on Different Days of Our Lives.
Oh.
Yeah, he played him. It's him and his mother.
It would have to be him. That they had a sample of his and somehow switched them. That's the only way.
That's what I think so, right.
This is weird.
I know. So when he did that, I went, what? I mean, I said, I knew we would just show that. I said, we got to start off with this because it's just so, it's like, by the time we all agree, it's like, but see, it can't be Stitch's son because it's a sibling. Because Stitch, no, Stitch is not Abby's child, so.
I'm confused. How could Devon and Dom be related like that? Through what chain of people?
I don't know. I say it have to be, because if they did a DNA thing, they do a DNA test on Devon, but they didn't because they just assumed that was his child because they used his sperm.
Yeah, I don't think they did one.
I don't think they did either. But so I'm saying, I'm wondering, I'm like, but if the case is, it would still show up because if it's Tucker, that's his father.
It's weird.
Because of siblings, you have to share at least one parent. But I thought they were saying full sibling, but no, it can't be full. I guess just sibling. It gets to be any sibling.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm saying.
There's not enough coffee for me to even make sense of this.
It's like they don't know what to do. They keep changing their mind. Like, we're going to go this way. No, we're going to
totally. You think that's probably what's happening? The writers are like, oh, we backed ourselves into a corner. I don't like this anymore.
Or maybe they hired a new writer that was like, hey, let's do this.
It's just weird to say everybody. Let's not forget. I mean, he said only siblings. I thought he said full, so maybe just siblings. But they said full siblings. Their parents, my parents are half. They said parents are half. So Abby's half.
Should have been half.
He should have been half.
He should have been half. Okay.
So Abby's half. She's fine. Obviously, she's a mother, so she's fine.
Yeah.
But now, to me, the whole father thing in question. Like, wait a minute. Sibling means that Dominic and Devon share a father.
Right.
Okay.
And Neil was his natural father, so that was the one wouldn't show up. It would be Tucker. And so the kid would still be a chancellor, but it'd be actually Chance's cousin.
Interesting.
And how would this connect to Stitch? Like,
well, people are just saying that this Stitch do something, he's a doctor.
oh, because he was a doctor and could.
He was around that time.
Yeah.
Oh, saying maybe he tried to do something.
Yes,
Yes,
maybe tried to do something. Maybe he did something weird while he had Mariah. I mean, people are just like, someone goes, I need more wine to get through the storyline. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I saw it online. People were just like, what? Huh? What? So
I thought Chance was gonna be a match, and then that was the way he was gonna bond the baby. That's what I thought.
But I want to say this about him for a second. I really enjoying Rory's performance, and when Ray cornered him, basically, well, when he went off on Ray at first, and Ray stood up for himself, just like, no, you are not yourself. You're not giving your full self to this family. Your wife has this thing on with the child, and she still came to me worried about you.
I thought Chance was going to hit him.
Me too.
Yeah, he was mad.
Yeah, because you could see it building up and building up and building up. And it's like, how dare you come into this house? This is between me and my wife. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to hit Ray. And Amanda's going to lose her mind. Oh my God.
But Ray was like, you can tell he cares about him. Like his voice cracked a little bit. I thought, God, Jody did such a great job.
Because Ray's amazing. I don't know why you're shocked.
Well, it's nice to see Ray playing something emotional. Yeah. He's always just this stoic cop.
Yeah.
With cop kind of, armor that he wears all the time. So it's nice for him to say, this is my friend, and come from that emotional space. And Amanda, I thought about what you said, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, knowing what it's like to be a caregiver for someone with PTSD, that you have to get to that point where you do stand in their face and go, listen, you need to do this. You need to do this now. And I thought, oh my God. So Ray is giving it to him. And then Abby said that to him. She said, I know you're in pain, but listen, you need to figure this out for your family, and you need to do it now. I'm like, oh my God. Amanda's probably going, yes.
I was like, finally.
Yeah. That's tough love, man. That's so tough.
It was so good, though. It was so good. And go back to Ray for a second, because Ray this week showed a bunch of emotions this week. I thought Amanda all week. It was like, he looked at Sharon and Nick at the end of that episode, and I was like, ooh.
He did.
He did. The camera lingered on his face. I was like, that's the first time they did that, and then he walked over. And there was no words because Tessa was singing that song. But there was like, when he was looking at them and their little family kind of thing, it's like, uh-oh, guys.
Like I do love all of these people, but I feel like that I'm on the outside looking in sometimes. That's what I got from it. He looked sad.
He did. That's the first time we saw him sit. Because then when Chelsea comes in later,
that girl looked like me. Her smile was from ear to ear when she saw Ray. She was like, Ray?
Flashback.
I don't blame her. That's how I would be like, there's
and when homegirl was like, come join me, Ray. She was all loud. I was like, come on over and join me. I was laughing so hard. I mean, but I see it. I see Ray, and they're all true, Amanda. I see Ray and Chelsea moving towards each other.
Absolutely.
I see Nick and Sharon. Then Nick had a good week too. I mean, it was just a good week of show. I mean, it was just good this week.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere. I loved Nick and Nikki's conversation. It was such a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Filled with so much history in there. And Nick really does, and he's like a quieter Nick. He's just like a more mature Nick, I feel like we saw this week. And Nikki's like, I know how to handle this. Here's my line, one of my lines of the week. I had 2 lines of the week. I'll save the other one for later. My other favorite line of the week was, I knew who and what Victor Newman was when I married him. Every time I married him. I love that line.
Yeah.
So much. I was like, And the way, I mean, just Lily Thomas Scott she's the grand dame. She's the grand dame. She is. And Nikki's the bomb. Nikki has no illusions. She knows what's going on. And her and Victor will be together. This is how you do it. This is how you do it, folks. Hi, Poland, from Poland. It's a long way away. This is how you do it. You have a couple, they don't need to break up again. They don't need to have to be separated. They know each other.
Thank you.
Yes.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly. Right. So yeah, I just loved Nick is happy with, he wants his siblings to get along. He loves being with his son. It was so cute with the whole Faith and Moses thing.
He's so hot too.
Back to that, Amanda. We back to that again. To the hotness.
I did like that conversation because you could see, like, even if you're newer to the show, you could feel the history and you could feel how much they know each other. Like, even just in their acting too, is like, you completely believe that's his mom.
Totally.
It is. Oh, today is Stephen Nichols' birthday. Stephen, happy birthday, Stephen Nichols.
Not by 71.
71.
I know. Like, what?
And I you met him too, right? I met him at AfterBuzz. You meet him there too, Tammy? Like, he came in once. I don't know if you were on there. I don't know if you were on there.
No.
I met him when he was on Audition Days one time, and he was really nice guy. Very down to earth. But he's like 71. Okay, he's around my mother's age. I love it. Yeah, thank you guys for being in here. We love being with you guys too. Thank you. They said we're amazing, you guys. The chat room saying we're amazing. I love having good. I got chased off of Facebook this week. I had a person cyber stalking me, and I had to block him and leave a couple of Facebook groups. This person is crazy over a dynasty of all things, and so it's nice to hear somebody saying some nice stuff today. Thank you very much. It's making my day. So yeah, but Nick is like when Victor walked in, it was so funny. Victor's week. Oh my goodness. That's okay, Tammy. Let's talk about the Victor Sally Adam exchange.
Well, even first, we got to rewind briefly because it was absolutely an LOL moment for me when Victoria says to her father, "Oh, by the way, you ought to know something," because she knew, like, to her point, she said to Ashlyn, my relationship with my father has been like a chess game. Sometimes I'm a pawn, sometimes I'm a rook, blah, 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 blah. And when she told Victor about Adam hiring Sally as COO, that was a chess move.
He had to go. So he had to go. He's like, I got to run.
And she's like, yes.
I mean, because when he first walked in, this is how Victor, how smooth he is. Do I need an excuse to see my beautiful daughter at the company with my name on it? I was like, oh my God, I love you. The shade is real. I love it. Victor is not, and the way he just sits back, it's like, yeah, okay. But yeah. Victoria was so happy. Well, she was like a Cheshire cat. She was like, she would lean forward. She's like, you know what? And I was like, oh my God. I actually liked her in that moment. I loved her in that moment because she did. He was like, I gotta go. And he like,
this is what the second time where she's just absolutely confident. She's absolutely confident that Adam's not going to take the position. Wrong. And then she's absolutely confident her dad's going to go over there and make sure that Sally is not the COO. Wrong. That was priceless.
The dressmaker, which is what Bill calls Ridge on Bold and Beautiful all the time. You think I'm saying the dressmaker?
Someone on Twitter said when he said that to Adam, Adam should have come back with, yeah, just like you couldn't stay away from the stripper.
Oh.
He could never say that to his father, that's it's a parallel universe there.
But Victor, he's not dumb. Victor walked in, he knew stuff because, well, first of all, I know people, this is soap opera. I think it's kind of weird to have sex in the office. Like, you got steam clean the couch or whatever. I'm like, you clean it off first.
You've never had sex in an office?
No. Okay, Tammy.
It's never too late when the world goes back to normal, James.
Tammy, have you had sex in the office?
I'm just asking if you.
Okay, I'm just that. Everybody sipping their tea in here. Everybody sipping their tea. Like, no, I've had sex in other places, never in an office. Yeah, I had my own offices too, and I never did that.
What?
And I never did my own office. I never did that. Other places, but not there. But no, but I thought when they're about to kiss again, and when Victor just like, I know the reason. I used to stand with his arms folded. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh my God, the stapler on the floor. Every touch of the detail was so good. Then Sally picks up the stapler. It's like, hand it walks out. I didn't to Adam to walk. It was just so hilarious. He was just like, really? But when Sally gave that speech to him, well, I wait till you'll trust me. I'll show you. I'm more than just agree, blah, blah. He was so unbothered. He was just like, can I talk to my son privately, please? He just ignored all that.
He did.
He did.
Because he has his own thing going on. So he's like, okay, cool. Yeah. He's going to let her have the job because he wants to keep Adam happy. Because he has all these other things going on, but he's not telling Adam everything yet. I don't know why, but she's fun to hate, but she is so horrible. I want to feel bad for her.
No, don't.
Because of Ashlyn, but I can't. She makes it impossible.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing. So Victor does tell Adam some stuff about Ashlyn and what he, whatever. And Michael, obviously, we saw Michael at the very end on Friday with the FaceTime. He found something. I guess he's gonna come back, whatever. But he kind of feels Adam in a little bit. It is like a chess game going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all kind of going on. And I think I'm glad Adam and Sally finally stepped together. I'm glad they did.
And I said, maybe it was last week, I said, they have been building this moment up, so it better be good. What did you think?
My favorite other line this week before he started was Adam and Sally. Here's the two wrongs, making something right.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was hot.
No, I thought it was great.
It's literally them. They are two wrongs, so to speak, in people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And so I love that they finally consummated that. And Adam's intrigued. He's into her. We know she's into him, but Adam's into her.
The chemistry between the two of them.
Yeah.
I love that conversation they had where it was the next day. And Sally says to him, what happened between us was like an earthquake, was like a tsunami. I mean, there's a lot of power and energy between us, and we need to figure that out. Or was it Adam that said, because every time we're alone together, I just want to rip your clothes off kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and you can feel it. You can feel it between the two. And they're just having a conversation. There's so much subtext going on. It's so good.
It is. I know she was bending over, showing him stuff on the computer. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
I love it. I think they did this one correctly. Like, you know what I mean? Like they built it correctly. The pacing was fine.
Yeah.
I think everything was good. So now something had to happen. Something had to happen. And I'm glad it did. And it coincides with the whole boardroom stuff going on.
And I loved it when he said to Sally, I really think my father respected you, because there's not many people that stand up to my father. So I think on some level, Victor respects her for that.
Yeah. He's gonna be watching her, but he's like, okay, we'll see what you can do. I mean, maybe she'll be great. He'll be like, okay, good. The bottom line, Rich wants to come to be successful, so that's the bottom line. And he wants his kids close. That's his bottom line. That's the bottom line with him. But I thought it was just so. But then Ashlyn showed his fangs a little bit this week. Towards the end of the week, and Victoria was like, "Excuse you." She was like, "No, bitch. I'm in charge. Let me remind you, I'm still in charge." But Ashton said, "Here's my third line of the week." And he did. I'll tell you all these lines. There's some great dialogue this week. There's some great dialogue. Phyllis had a great line too, didn't you? Okay, anyway. What she said? He said, "Oh, wait. Okay. I keep tight control and a strong hand over everything I own." And Victoria's eyes got big, like, and did she say, "You see me that way?" And then went to commercial, and I was like, "Ooh, we're good." And when she came back, she was like, "I just want to remind you, I'm in control of this company." And he was like, "You started stuttering a little bit."
Yeah.
And my first reaction, had I been Victoria's, first of all, I hope you don't think you own me.
Thank you.
Right.
Well, let's just clarify that.
Thank you.
And then we'll go to step 2.
Oh
my God.
I think she's so concerned about the company.
Backpedaling, like, oh, no.
They did another, the role we played is being played. I didn't look at it again. It was so funny. The role of, I'm like, oh, we know who he is. I think Robert's doing a great job. I kind of like him. And when he was with Nate, another good line, he said, there's all these lines this week. I just loved it. He said to Nate, are you ready for that professional change we talked about? I kind of like that. He was trying to convince him to come over. And I'm just like, well, does he really?
Why?
Why?
Victoria, why?
Why?
There's lots of people already working for us that could do this. Like, why Nate?
Yeah. I'm kind of confused by it too a little bit.
Yeah.
But then again, there's an ulterior motive though. Him and Nate are friends. There's something going on. He wants Nate on his side or take the fall or something. There's something going on.
It was an interesting line because his response to Victoria was, you can never have enough allies.
Yep, he said that. Yep.
On your side. And I think someone else on the show said the same thing about allies. Dang, now that I don't remember.
Yeah, that's why I write it down. I'm like, these are some great lines.
Yeah.
Step 2 will be Amanda saying something. Can I say something? They're already saying, can I say something? Yes, step 2. Yes, that's Amanda.
Oh, you know what I did like?
Before
we move, I liked that Sally told Adam, I am not gonna be your dirty little secret.
Yeah.
I was like, yay!
Absolutely.
Good. Well, when he ran into Chelsea and Chloe.
And I don't think that ever was on Adam's mind. I don't ever think that was,
but
like, maybe we can get away with this. I think he's on the same page with her. Yeah. But when they went back to the hotel room, and I just love, there's just such an ease between the two of them. When she starts asking him, like, what did Victor want? And Adam starts laughing. And it was almost like the actor, like, generally found that moment hysterical because he started laughing and he said, so did you just get me naked so you could get some secrets out of me? And I'm cracking up.
It was good.
I know. And she was like, oh, I didn't even think of that, but I will next time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love the pillow talk.
These two characters can go any direction. That's what's so great. They can run the spectrum of being evil to being good. So they can actually have this kind of dialogue where it's this banter, where it's not anything, detrimental. They can do this. That's why they did a good job. This pairing is a good job. And when they were with Chelsea and Chloe, and the banter is going back all four, and Chelsea rolling her eyes every 5 seconds, it was hilarious. I loved it. And I thought of Tammy, our girl.
No, she should not be allowed to leave the house. She should not be allowed to look like that. It should not be allowed.
She's an anomaly. She's just, I look at her scenes.
Her shoes? Like, they showed her shoes for like a millisecond and they were like a purple, like a patent leather purple. I'm like, I can't stop it. This is just too beautiful.
Her outfit, her hair.
Oh my God. I'm like, everything. Get away with that hair color.
It's a cute hair color. It's a nice little dark hair color for winter. For winter, it's a nice little, you always say you should go darker in the winter, lighter in the summer. It was cute. It was curled the right way.
Tracy.
I mean, again, always about her neck perfect. Everything just perfect. And I mean, she's a businesswoman. And they did their pitch. Anyone named their company after her 3 children. It's gonna be oh my God, I wrote it down. I saw everything now. Let me sure I say it correctly. The first I was like, what they say? Bella Milconnor. Because it's Miles, Connor, and Bella. So Bella Milconnor. That's the interesting name. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. So yeah. So they're gonna do a company, and Lawrence said yes. So they'll be there.
I'm glad.
They'll be there. So
I honestly believe Chelsea when she says, I got to make this stick. This is my chance to start over again. I got to make this work. I honestly believe her.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on in Josie right now. People having second and third chances. Because now I want to go to, I'll get to her later. I want to go to Billy and Lily and them.
But really quick, I really think that Ray can make her stay on track.
Yes.
Like if she wants to achieve those lofty goals of just being the best that she can be, kind of like Billy.
Yeah.
They're going through the same story of just, I really want to make different choices this time.
Yes.
I know I can be a better person. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be happy. Ray can help her with that.
I agree.
Okay. So now on to Billy and Lily.
No, but what's the thing? So you have Billy. I didn't think I was going to enjoy the storyline. I started rolling my eyes at first, but now I kind of like this whole podcast thing and how it's tying into his life. He's having this kind of existential crisis. He's not midlife yet, but he's getting them some years, and he started thinking about his choices. And I actually love their place. That set is so bright, and roomy and air. It's actually a beautiful set. Like I was really looking at the last couple of weeks.
It's like a cool downtown loft.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's very cute, guys. Thanks, production team. Very cute. But I like this. And Devon's, involved. It's like, yes, like the idea. But Billy's taking this seriously. We're podcasters. We know how this is. So I had to laugh. But he's really looking at this again for him. I'm glad they're going this direction, not him being jealous of Lily. I'm glad they're going this direction where it's more about him and his story. He's like Lily's CEO. It's fine, whatever. But he's like now trying to figure out his spot. I like that.
Right.
I do.
And I like Lily's honesty of, I'm not going to lose my COO to this podcast, am I?
Oh, yeah.
She's really just blossoming in this position as head of the company.
She is.
She's trying to get everybody to work for her.
I know.
That's like you need a job? You need a job? You need a job?
But she's smart. She's, talk about allies. She's bringing into the fold people that she knows she can trust.
Right.
But I have a problem, you guys. I do. I have a problem. I want to like this part of the storyline, but I had a visceral reaction to it.
Uh-oh.
And that is the Amanda Imani component. I'll tell you why I have a problem. Maybe because it's Black History Month. I'm feeling extra Black this month. I don't know what's going on, I guess. But I felt like they just started a business. These two young Black women just started a business that was supposedly successful at first. She said, we're successful at first, and now it's kind of slowing down. That they would stop to go work for a corporation. It's women run by a Black woman, it's fine, but I'm kind of like, why would they give up their, like you said, I have my own autonomy, I have my own thing. I'm confident that I'll get more clients. I had a really visceral reaction to that as a I don't say minority, but as a person of color. And as a woman, I'm thinking, why would they send that message to people? I don't know. It's really, I'm very surprised. I'm feeling this way on some level, but I'm not. I'm just like, I felt weird about it. I felt weird.
I think it's to Amanda's point. I think the writers changed their minds.
Yeah.
It's going to be a better storyline if it's Lily.
I get it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of weird because I was like, wait, we just talked about
and Amani said that.
Remember their Victorian house office and all this stuff. Like they just opened it.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Amani through shade. Yes, you did. I'm saying, I'm like, it's like weird. Like they just kind of, I get, like what Tammy said, I get what they're saying. Obviously bring them all together. It'll be, you had some reaction. Okay, thank you. I know I was by myself. I felt a little icky about it. I was thinking, these are two young Black women who started their practice. We barely saw them in it anyway, number one. So why would they drop everything to go to a corporation? Like, that's kind of weird to me.
But I mean, Amanda and Lily have so much respect for each other that I could see how it would be an attractive offer.
Well, I mean, I'm sure.
Because we know each other, we work well together.
And it's a for sure thing too. Because they were saying we got to get more clients. So it would be like a for sure paycheck and a for sure, I'm going to be head of this whole.
You guys are women. You guys are women. You guys are women. I mean, I'm not a woman. I'm feeling this way. I'm not even a woman. I would say, even take the Black problem, but as women, you guys don't have any reaction to that kind of, no?
I didn't even think of that.
Me either. I did think it was strange.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay.
I didn't think of that, but I did have a moment when it was Imani, Amanda, Lily, and Billy. But if you take Billy out of the equation,
Yes.
Here you've got a really cool scenario of women working together, wanting one another to succeed. There's positive relationships going on between women that we don't see very often on a soap opera.
Right.
True. That's true.
And especially in the business world, like coming from a woman's point of view in reality, in real life, it sucks being a woman working with other women most of the time. It's really sad to say that, but it's true.
Yeah.
So to see that kind of positive stuff was like, this is really cool. This is the
Can
way
I say one thing? I just need to say one thing. But Tami, I don't foresee this lasting because Amani threw a little nugget out there and said, hey, did you ever have something with Billy? Like just a little something? And she was like, she tried to skim over it. She was like, oh, we just helped each other out when we were friends, just helping each other out. And her sister Amani was like, uh-huh.
I've always been on this show.
Why would they say that?
I've been an open supporter of a Billy and Amanda from the very beginning. I said I remember I was never Billy Lily. I was never into them. Now I'm kind of getting into them, but I was always a Billy and Amanda. I see chemistry with them. I still see chemistry with them. I see it. So when Monty said that, I was like, to bring that up again, to bring that up again.
Why would you bring that up? I was like, oh, I see.
That's just Amani's MO, man. She always wants to know what everyone's previous relationship history is. With Nate and Elena, she like took Amanda aside, like, so what's the deal between them?
She's like, let me get my notebook.
Yeah, you know, Nate's really hot.
How long they've been dating?
Yeah, because I think it's almost like Amani wants to move in on these people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying also, what if they do start breathing? They said they're changing their minds apparently on everything. What if they all of a sudden, Billy and Amanda are working together? Billy's having his new epiphanies. Who knows?
What happened to Crystal? Do you notice there was a new girl at the hotel?
Yeah, I know. Maybe she knew she had a day off or something. They couldn't. They didn't say. I know. We missed our Crystal, folks. Missing our Crystal girl.
Same uniform, different girl.
I think because we have to actually end soon.
I know, 1 minute.
But I think we actually covered. Oh, that's the last thing. We can't miss this. Phyllis is back. The fabulous Michelle Stafford looks wonderful. Beautiful hair, color, everything. She's back, fresh faced. And her and Jack is so cute.
When she walked in, I was like this on my TV. Because I don't know. I'm looking at Lauren and I'm looking at her and I'm like, I don't know which one to look at. I was like, they need to stand by each other because I'm like this trying to look at them.
They're both beautiful. I mean, and Jack and Peter Bergman's a lucky man. He always told me he's a lucky man. He's a lucky man.
Oh my God.
And
I love the scenes between Lauren and Jack.
Me too. Oh my, they're true friends.
Going back to what Amanda was saying about the history, how you can see the history relationship wise between these actors, and that's why it's so easy. When you see Tracy and Peter working together, it's like, oh, you could just see the history. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then they have Michelle into it as she comes in. I mean, it's just, and she was just so bright and and nervous energy, but also trying to be like a certain way. And they bonded over Harrison and but she had a line too. So I'm saying everybody had lines. She had a line I liked also, and that was, make sure I say this. Where did I put it?
I wish they would just say they like each other and want to be together. They're driving me insane, like two little teenagers.
I know.
I'm like, just say it. Say it.
Yeah, she said, she said about Genoa City is my home. And I thought about, I had nothing here to keep me here, but I thought of myself.
Yeah.
This is where I grew up. This is where I became this person that I like my hotel. The way she said, I love my hotel. I love my life here. This is why I'm here. And when she told Amanda later, I kind of wonder if she wants to be with Jack on some level. Hi, Lisa, Rodrigo. Hey, Lisa. She said, she wants to be with Jack, but also she said, I keep messing things up. And Amanda's like, well, you know yourself better than anybody else, right? So she's like purposely So it's like it's frustrating, but I think it's supposed to be frustrating on some level. It's supposed to be. So at one point they will get together at some point and be like, finally.
Yeah.
But they're holding off for some reason. They're really the writers are saying no. Now we're not going to put them back in right away.
Because also, to Amanda's point, if they do end up getting back together again, that's it.
Right.
That it has to be it. There's no breaking up anymore. Like that has to be it.
I said that about Carson on GH, and literally they're breaking up. They found a way with Nina. They found a way.
They found a way.
They found a way.
They found a way.
I kept saying they can't break up. This is it. They have to be together forever. They have to be together. Nina's in the way now, and now literally she's looking at divorce lawyers. So and on Bold, Rich's destiny after what happened this week. So I'm just saying.
One thing.
Yes.
The very end, I was cracking up because Michael was talking to Victor, and he was like, "Oh my God, the sun, the sand, the food." He was going, and he goes, "I didn't send you there for a vacation." And then when he said, "I had the most wonderful dinner," and when he was saying it, I was like, Victor's gonna kill him. I was like, what is he doing?
I love it.
And then he said he's having dinner with that doctor.
Casual shirt and his hair looking great. Yeah.
It was the bomb. It was the bomb.
So he found the doctor.
Yes, he found
that is disgruntled, an ex-employee. So I was like, yay.
Yay. Yes. So it's all coming together. So we actually have to end the show, but we basically did cover everything, basically. There's nothing really left to not really cover. So you guys will be back next week, of course, with another one of these. Thank you for making this one of my #1 shows in the network. On the audio side, I get to a little technical note. So the last couple of weeks, I had problems with the audio. So there wasn't up at first. People were messaging me. So now all the episodes are up now. I uploaded them last week. They're a little late, but you can go back and listen to them and see what we're saying. You watch the show. So all you Y&R Mini Spotlight audio listeners, we love you. You are important to us also. But I got it fixed. The glitch is fixed. And so now every episode is up current. And then this will go up also. So just because I thank you for messaging me and letting me know that. Because ladies, we have people who listen to us a lot on audio too.
That's awesome.
So it's a big hit show for us on both. And we had up to 42 people watching us today. So again,
that is so amazing.
Numbers.
Thank you so much, you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button.
The like button if you like us. Or like one of us. Just hit the like button.
You only have to like one of us.
That's like one of us.
Just one of us.
Just one.
Just one. Amanda, tell me they can find you. And is there a new episode coming up this week?
No. Chelsea's dog got sick. So we had to postpone again. Okay. And we are supposed to record today. So if nothing happens, hopefully it'll be soon. But you can find me on all the socials at The Bold and Beautiful Podcast.
Yes. And Tami Goveia.
Just want to say, Shonda in the chat room, you're absolutely right. She says, have a great day, y'all. See y'all on Bold Mini Spotlight. Can't wait for Amanda and Tammy's rants.
Yes.
So much ranting. Stay tuned. So Instagram, Tami.Goveia, Facebook and Twitter, Tami Goveia.
JLJ Media is everywhere. James on